What's up, it's your girl Onyx. So here in a little bit I'm finna show you the hot towel method. I just took my do-rag off so I can actually be able to show you just what the hot towel method is that I do. Everybody may not be the same, but this is what I do. So we're back, and the first thing you want to do when you do the hot towel method after you take your do-rag off is you want to take your brush, preferably the medium brush. I just got a fresh haircut. I was going wolf, but I decided to cut my hair off with my nephew since he wants to start going with his ways. So decided I start off with him. But so basically, you take I get a medium brush. It's just a regular medium brush. I've already done it, but what you basically do is once you take this off, your do-rag off, you basically just want to brush. That's it. Brush everything down. You don't want it. You ain't trying to be all spectacular and all of that. You just want to brush it down. And just brush it down. Then what you want to do? Get you a regular towel. A face towel. Turn your hot water on. You want to get the water as hot as you can stand it. Reason I say that is because you are placing it on your head to where the hairs that did not lay down when you brush your hair can actually lay down. So basically, now what you're doing is taking your towel, drop it in the hot water, get it nice and wet, run it up under the hot water, wring it out. Wring it out, take it, and you place it on your head. That was not as hot as I thought it was gonna be. So, yeah. And you keep doing until you get your whole head covered with it. As you see, this is not a real big towel, so it's not going to do it all at once. So now that you get it wet, it's not real wet, it's not too damp, it's just right. The next thing you want to do is take, if you're using a pomade, use your pomade. If you use some type of other thing to actually slick it down, then use that. I actually use 360 style wave control pomade. Rinses out easily with water, so it is not too thick. That's what I use. You take it. And you just rub it in your hair. take your brush. What I usually do is I take some type of form of a hard brush that's harder than what I normally would use, and I work it through so that way it actually gets to, say if I did not have a fresh haircut, I take it and use a hard brush to brush it through to the bottom layer. But because I have a fresh haircut, I don't have to use the hard one. I can use my medium brush and I can work it through. And you just work it through as if you was brushing your hair. You just work it through. The key to doing the hot towel is so your hair can lay down. Your hair does not always lay down, and every day that you actually have hair that grows. So you may say, oh, I brushed my hair today, but at the end of the day you're gonna have to rebrush, because one, you might have done something that made some of it stick up. Your hair is going to grow. Your hair do not just grow at certain times of the day. It grows all day on a constant basis. So you got new hair that needs to be laid down. You training your hair to lay down. And when you brushing it, you training it. Not only are you training it to lay down, you training it to grow the direction that you are brushing. That is one way that waves form. Most people don't want to brush. Oh, I ain't got to do this. I brush probably twice a day, and I don't brush for a long period of time because I'm not the type of person that's finna be brushing 24/7 when I know for a fact I can brush it when I get up, and I can brush it once again when I lay down. Now, you can do this hot towel method in the morning or at night, depending on you. I wouldn't say do it both times. And the hot towel method is actually something I actually do like 2 times a week. Not a real stickler on putting all this stuff, products in my hair. But I do it so that my hair can lay down. All you doing is brushing it and you working it through. That's all you doing. I've stated in the previous video, you want to start with whichever side is your weakest. You brush your weakest side first. You brush your weakest side first and work your way around to your strongest side. If your top is your strongest, then you want your top to be the last thing that you brush. If this side over here, like this side is my weakest, so I start over here on this side. And you can work it around, or you can brush here, brush your sides, hit the back and hit the top. You got your whole head. But you want whatever side is the weakest first, and you want your strongest last. Because you're going to end up brushing the part with whichever side you start with. Like I might start over here. This side will be the most against brush, simply because it's the first side I started with. So that side gonna get more attention. You want it to be your weakest side that gets the most attention because it's weak. So you want to actually give it more brush time, give it more give it more attention, because I'm willing to bet about 80% of people top came in first. Then you had a side to start coming in, and your bag it comes in when it comes in. But you gonna have, everybody has a weak side, whether they want to admit it or not. Men, women, we all have a weak side, simply because what side of your head do you sleep on? So after you put your pomade in and you brush it in, say you ain't putting no grease on your hair in a few days. Well, the next step you do is I use this. It's a form of oil. I use it. You can't tell because you don't really need a lot, but I use it to give my hair the oil it needs. Not only does it give it oil, it gives it the shine. So this is about all I use. Simply because once you get to rubbing it in, it melts, and it melts into oil. And you rub it in. So after you got it all in, I suggest, it's just a suggestion, you might not do it. That's up to you. What I do is, I take a softer brush, not a hard. I don't even take my medium. I take a brush that's bristles are a little bit softer than the medium, and I brush it in. Notice I started on the weak side. You just want to brush the oil into your scalp. Nothing big, nothing fancy. You just want to get the oil into the scalp. So you got it all, everything in. So now you want to take your durag. You want to rag up as soon as you get through brushing, because try to place the do-rag on nice and careful, because you don't want to mess up the process of you just laid your hair down. So that's basically all that you do. You can leave it on about 30 minutes to an hour. Come back to it, unrag. But if you do it over at night, you take it off in the morning. It's your choice on when you decide to do your hot towel method. I can't tell you do it in the morning. I can't tell you do it at night. I can only tell you what I do. It's morning time. Matter of fact, it's 7 a.m. my time. I just did my hot towel method. So probably about 7:30 I might come take it off, depending on what I decide to do for the day. If I decide to not do nothing, then I'm not taking it off. It's just gonna be on all day. If I decide, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm not taking it off. If I ain't got no business to take care of, I'm not unragging. Simple. But again, this your girl Onyx. This is how I do my hot towel method. If you got any questions, drop them below. If you got any comments, drop them below. Once again, like and subscribe. And I'll holler at you next time.